Okay, and so in this week's TR, I'm going to talk about the Byzantine Empire that we've been talking about in class, and how it has influenced other generations of religion and government in general. Um, so just quick facts on the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire was the eastern half of the Roman Empire. The empire lasted 1100 years after the fall of Rome. Constantinople was the major city that was responsible for making the empire strong. Constantinople was a major city of government and trade. Um, Next, the Christian religion was split and the Eastern Orthodox Church was found. This has to do with the Great Schism of 1054, where the church split due to icons. And after the 1100 years in which it was founded, in 330 AD, Muslims eventually took control of the territory. More facts. So the Byzantine Empire fell in 1453. The immediate cause of its fall was pressure by the Ottoman Turks. Um, the Ottomans had been, at this time, Ottomans had been fighting with the Byzantines for over 100 years at this time. With just back and forth battles, of controlling territory and such. And Constantinople finally fell to them in the conquest when the Byzantine Empire was complete. Um, so usually, when the empire fell, the best way to describe it is that the empires are too powerful to be taken down by like outside forces. Um, the reason why the Byzantine Empire fell, um, was it says one of its greatest strengths is its size and how big it was. But I think that was a disadvantage because it led to not having as much control in some territories as others. And the Ottoman Turks were eventually able just to conquer territory after territory and gaining enough territory to where they can engage in a war and eventually defeat them for good. So this is the last part about just facts and the background of how the Byzantine Empire fell. So the first main causes were there's a class struggle over land between free peasants and the wealthier the wealthier class. So basically, the people there was middle class, but it was either you were poor or you were very wealthy. There wasn't really an in between. The Byzantine rulers had depended on the peasants to serve in the military and pay taxes. And wealthy nobles were motivated to grab land and enslave the local populations. This was a system known as feudalism. So basically, whoever had tight strings with the government and supported them pretty much had all the power in the whole in a specific area. If you had a lot of money, which means that you were supporting the government, you pretty much could enslave the whole local population and use them to your advantage to for on your farm or just servants on your land. So now I'm going to talk about how it relates today. So the big thing about just the Byzantine Empire as a whole and how it affected us today is that the Byzantine Empire was a wide range of influencing over the Eastern, even Western Mediterranean culture, modern Greece and the Orthodox Church, and learning and culture. And these are still used today, thousands of years later. But again, for a for a small amount of time, it's they're always fighting for a piece of land, so their religion can become more superior. If that makes any more sense, we see it again today. Different religious groups fighting over different pieces of land in order to be the better, more superior group. Um, but just like you see 1100 years ago of Muslims and fighting other different religions, Catholics, Christians, all of them fighting. Um, to be honest, nothing's really in regards to like the fighting. Nothing's really have changed. I mean, it's cultures have been passed down, traditions, education, um, certain parts of the lifestyle and the generations have taken that, but it's the same with fighting. It's the same thing today as it was 1100 years ago, where it's just people fighting over land that both religions find important and sacred to one another. But yeah, that's really it about the Byzantine Empire and how it relates to the real world today. But yeah, I just felt like that this was well, we spent a lot of time on this in class covering it, so I just thought that would be a good topic just to cover this week regarding issues and how it relates to the real world. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.